Let's talk about part of the SEPSCI that really, when I took the class, wasn't discussed that much, and that's what's referred to as the PreCon meeting. People involved in the PreCon meeting is the engineer, the county regulator, the general contractor, the grader, perhaps the property owner, and you, the SEPSCI provider. It's a tailgate meeting, which means that the tailgate's dropped, the plans are thrown out, and people discuss what's on those plans. Let's take a look at the plans right now. The engineer's going to come with a rolled up set of plans. Tailgate's going to be dropped, and the plans are going to be set out to discuss. As you look at the plans, you'll notice that the name of the engineering company will be in the upper right-hand corner. The name of the job will be in the middle. The engineer stamps will be down below that. And then you'll have somewhat of an index here of what to find in here in this roll. So the engineer is the quarterback on this meeting. He's going to be the one that's going to be talking. He's going to address most of his conversation to the grader, but he's going to often turn to the SEPSCI guy to say where there are problem areas. Then the county regulator or city regulator is going to let you know what he sees as common problems, and he's going to address all of that to you as the SEPSCI. As he unrolls these pages, and it's typically a trick to this, he's going to basically be pointing out some things on this that is his concerns. And on this particular job, and as the SEPSCI inspector, you're looking at the lay of the land at this point. You're just considering the topo. In this particular set of plans, we have elevation is higher here than the elevation down here in the corner. And so what that tells us is the water off of this existing building is going to be washing over this construction site. This is a road, so I am going to have to be taking pictures of the road because already the county inspector said this was something that he was going to be concerned with. You can write it down if you want, but when that inspector tells you this is what he's going to be focused on, don't forget that. Keep that in mind. There's also going to be some stormwater. Once we get looking at other places, there's going to be some stormwater catch basins that are put in here, and those are going to have to be protected very well as we move forward into that stage. Going over the notes on this particular plan, there's something that I see here that really gets my attention, and that is the Barracuda. This is the, you've probably heard of the downstream Defender. It's exactly the same as, I shouldn't say it's exactly the same. It's very similar to the downstream Defender. But this page here in the plans lays it out, and it tells you specifically what has to be done for installing this. You come over here, Barracuda maintenance guide. This tells you how it's supposed to be maintained, including how it's supposed to be cleaned out. So as you see these go in, these particular types of items, they are to be inspected on a specific rotation. So on this particular, on the Barracuda, it says that periodic inspection is needed to determine for the frequency of maintenance. You should begin inspecting as soon as construction is complete, and then on an annual basis. Typically, the system needs to be cleaned out every 1 to 3 years. what I tell my clients is it needs to be inspected immediately upon completion, again at the 6-month mark, and then at the first year anniversary of completion, and then annually from that point on. And that's the same with the Barracuda and the downstream Defenders. And then of course, plan on bringing a vacuum truck in immediately after construction, and then every 3 years. If you are into the maintenance of stormwater, these are the types of things that you need to keep in mind. Roof drain cleanouts. How are those installed? Where are they installed? If you're the inspector and you're going to eventually also take over the maintenance on this site, the stormwater maintenance, these are the type of things that you need to be familiar with. So it's good to look through this plan, and then you can put together an official document on a maintenance for their stormwater. Things I'm trying to show you is that it's important to familiarize yourself with the plans. These drawings are going to have categories in there on what the maintenance and inspection going forward is supposed to look like. If you don't have these plans, it's going to be hard for you to write up a ongoing plan. So now that I have these plans, I'll be able to put together a complete inspection and maintenance on their stormwater. I'll be able to send that plan to them with a quote saying, this is what these, because in here it says in the plans, in the Bible of that property, it says that these things need to be done. And guess what? They have to be done. And no one is looking at those like you are. And this is how we make sure that we're protecting our clients by helping them know what they need to do with their stormwater.